On the menu for this week is a great new film from Anya Taylor-Joy and Ray Fiennes called The Menu.
Yeah, and other pop culture news.
Do you like my desperate and mediocre attempts at shoving puns in wherever I can?
No, it was good.
Okay.
It was a decent menu. Yes, we're not gonna spoil any of the items of the menu,
That's right. You do not want to spoil your appetite.
but we're gonna talk about it in a way that will reflect our opinions. It might entice you to see or not. Right out of the gate, I would say go see it. It's really fun.
Yes. It was from the trailers, it looked like just a thriller. We got there, I thought it was hilarious. Definitely a thriller. Okay, maybe not definitely a thriller, but very funny, very entertaining, very witty. A few like cheeseball moments was like, come on guys, that's kind of corny. But whatever, like I just ate it up.
Yeah, I my perception of the trailer was how can I say, was concretized on this after watching the movie, was confirmed after watching the movie. It's a really fun play on the world of high class cuisine, chefs, restaurants, foodies.
Haute cuisine, avant-garde.
Yeah, whatever that.
Multiple Michelin
Greek
star
words, yeah.
type places.
It's a really fun play on that, and we see that we watch cooking shows, and some of the elements are familiar to us, and it might be familiar to some of you that watch those shows or maybe watch some. It's like the thing that I like the most is it is in the trailer. It's not a spoiler, but it's like very cozy relationship of the people that go eat, the people serving and cooking, the religious behind. It's very, very cozy.
Yeah, the chef is like totally deified, and yeah, definitely. I highly recommend watching at least one episode of Chef's Table before going to see this movie, because there's a whole layer of humor and satire, I guess, that you'll appreciate so much more if you have seen any of that show.
Yeah.
Any episode, but
I never seen the show, and I still enjoyed it because you might, if you ever see any cooking show, the hierarchy, the relationship of the chef and the minions and the sous chefs and line cooks, and also the VIP treatment for people that can pay hundreds of dollars to eat tiny little bits of food. There's some very interesting moments in the movie about that. Very, very fun, very, very cool take on that. And mixes that with classic horror thriller movies, that...
Yeah, some really dark humor, some violence, It actually kind of... the balance of like comedy and horror kind of reminded me of what was that movie with Samara Weaving where she gets married and then they have to play hide and seek?
Isn't it hide and seek?
It might be.
Ready
or Not.
What's Ready or Not? No, I think that's Ready or Not.
Yeah. Anyway, it kind of reminded me of that, where like horrific things are happening, but it's just so funny the whole time.
Yeah.
Actors turned in incredible performances. Ray Fiennes, Nicholas Hoult, Anya Taylor-Joy, and there's one other actress in particular who she plays kind of the hostess, I guess, like the front of house manager. I can't remember her name. She's incredible. And yeah, so actors did a great job. Writers, like just overall, really solid, well executed film.
Yeah, John Leguizamo is also in the movie. He's very funny, and very creative, very, very unexpected, surprising, and find horror, find craziness on something that honestly was not really explored before, the world of high class cuisine and chefs being idolatrized, is that what I say?
Idolicized?
Idolatrized.
Maybe?
And yeah, the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting. Again, the actors did a terrific job. The story was solid and fun. Even though watching a lot of horror movies in the past, some of the elements, it's like right from the beginning, I was like, okay, this movie is about this.
Yeah.
And talking about comedy, talking about how horror movies has these movies you mentioned have this. Horror movies always had that element of comedy of comedy, because some are so unreal and so stupid and bizarre that they are natural
they cross
funny.
into the absurd and
I know Jason, the girl, semi-naked girl running, screaming, running like the best she can, and Jason.
The best she can though.
I mean, some really run.
Okay.
And Jason walks, but still catch her.
Mm-hmm.
It's like and he barely walks. It's not like a fast walk. It's like
That's
walking,
right.
like with what they call it,
like a limp.
Like a limp.
Yeah.
But he still finish
Somehow
her.
catches
So
her.
it's like it's clear. It's full of horror movies traditionally. Historically, they all have that in some level or not. So this one plays with all that really, really well.
Mm-hmm. It does. Oh shoot! While you were talking, I thought of something else.
But now
I can't. Dang it! I can't remember it. It's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone. Yeah, just a really well-made film. Great concepts. They executed it well.
And
everybody did a great job from the set design to the writers, the actors, casting choices. Yes.
The movie is produced by Will Ferrell and Adam McKay. That not only work together on Anchorman, but Adam McKay is doing a terrific job doing from comedy to documentaries, etc.
Yeah. Dang, I can't remember what I was gonna say. It was so good too. Oh well. Yeah.
Another interesting thing is the show is about restaurant, about food, and they show food, and there's the element of, showing food and kind of appetizing, kind of synesthesia. Is it synesthesia? Yeah, synesthesia. Well, now it is. That you see something and you have the feelings. That cooking shows have been doing this forever.
Yes.
But in a movie, they take the moment to do that, and at the same time, that is appetizing. That causes the synesthesia between audience and film. There's the shocking elements that you're gonna have to see to know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I remembered what I was gonna say. You had mentioned there's some things we were able to figure out right at the beginning. We figured out different things at different times, but there are some elements that were you kind of figure out basically what's going on pretty quickly. But despite that, the plot was still very compelling.
Yeah.
And if not suspenseful. Like I was into it. I was invested and curious. I don't even know how long the movie was because it never felt like it dragged. Like I was just I was into it the whole time. And that's good writing. I love it when even though you know what's gonna happen, you're still on the edge of your seat. And a really good writer, a good movie can do that. It's a great experience.
And I'm not gonna say just not on uncertainty, so I don't spoil. But I'm pretty sure there's something that he tells halfway through the movie that gonna happen. I'm pretty sure. I don't want to be 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure, so I don't want to spoil. I'm pretty sure he even says on the trailer. It's the type of thing that they're gonna happen, and you have successful stories. You have whodunits with White Lotus in the season 2. We have Knives Out. We have several of the movies that we know is gonna happen. But how it's gonna happen, who's gonna do it, and why they're gonna do it, it's the whole, and they did it really well. Yeah,
they did. So definitely not a family film, but well worth seeing. It was very entertaining.
Is it PG-13?
It's gotta be at least 13. There were several F-bombs. It might be R. I wasn't counting swear words or anything.
Okay.
It's 13 or R. But super entertaining, well made, and the type of film, like, I like to support this kind of thing. So, go see it.
Good.
In theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lord
Worth your time.
Voldemort is... he proved that he's a really ambiguous good or bad guy.
Yeah.
You make the choice. You go to the menu.
Yes.
And choose.
Yes.
Anyways, the menu is out in the theaters everywhere.
Yep. Okay, we checked out a new show this week called Tulsa King.
Tulsa King, the new Sylvester Stallone movie of a show on Paramount Plus.
Okay.
The old CBS All Access. Anyways, forget about CBS.
Yeah.
Paramount Plus. The show premiered with really good numbers. Stallone again knocked out of the park as he does. And the show is really good.
Yeah, it was entertaining. So the basic premise is Stallone is a what do you call him, mafioso?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's part of the mafia.
He actually ex-con. The show starts he getting out of prison. Where he was for
25 years. He went away basically to save somebody else in the mafia, and like never snitched, did his time, expected a warm welcome back, but was instead sent to Tulsa to
he was given a city to rule, but the city is Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah, so he gets there, makes an impact. So there's a few entertaining levels of this. The whole, like, Sylvester Stallone is mafia, Italian mafia, set in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
The time travel elements. He was in prison for so long that when he gets out and stuff like that, you want me to call an Uber? It's like, what's that? It's like, it's an app you call.
Yeah.
Like, okay. And
what's
then
an app?
He gets a phone. It's like, I have an app.
Yeah. He's like, what's the phone number for Uber? So, yeah, there's, like, culture shock, things like that.
And it's funny, it's fun, intriguing. There's at the end of the episode there was stuff like things are developing. The show is great. It's made by great people, not only Stallone, but also the same people that did Yellowstone and worked on what was it? The show The Wire. I can't remember. Let me check this real quick.
Another big thing that happened while he was in jail is that weed was legalized in a lot of places. So that was that was one thing that just like boggled his mind. He drives by a dispensary and is like, "What's that?" And like, "It's a dispensary. What do they dispense? Weed. What do you mean? That's not legal." Like, actually, is it anyway? So.
Oh yeah, so Taylor Sheridan from Yellowstone, Hell on High Hill, Sicario.
Okay.
What was the other thing that I saw? Sons of Anarchy, and CSI, Star Trek. Oh, he acted in Star Trek: The Next Generation. I mean, no, Enterprise.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these guys are nerds that grew up with Star Trek.
Yeah.
Oh, Terrence Winter. That's the big HBO guy. Sopranos, Wolf of Wall Street, Boardwalk Empire.
Okay.
Vinyl, etc., etc. The list goes on and on. All the way back to Diagnosis Murder.
Xena Warrior Princess.
Yes.
Wow, what a show.
Anyways, that's big HBO name. Taylor Sheridan is knocking everything out of the park with Yellowstone. All the spin-offs for Yellowstone. They just released a trailer for 1983. Is a spin-off.
1893.
Is 1893?
Well, 1983 would be like 30, 40 years ago.
So, what's the problem?
Isn't it like an old-timey show?
No, there's so there's Yellowstone, which takes place in modern times. Let's say around our times.
Oh.
Kevin Costner, etc., etc. It's like a modern type of Western. It's not really Western. They made a prequel that's, I think it's 1883, and that one is back in the days of really Western. And then there's another one they just released the trailer, which is called, let me go back here, I can see. which is called, I want to say it's 1983, with Harrison Ford
Right.
and Helen Mirren. No, is that Helen Mirren?
I think so.
1883. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one with Sam Elliott.
Okay.
Okay. The other one. Where am I gonna find that? Okay, so I should see. Upcoming. Okay. What?
Look up Harrison Ford, maybe.
Yeah, but no, it's 3 different shows,
Okay.
and the Harrison Ford, I think it's upcoming. 1923.
Okay. I knew it wasn't that modern.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not that old.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so
Glad we worked that out.
very talented people. And they delivered so far. Stallone is they really using Stallone really well. He's playing they're playing
the type.
his strengths.
Spot on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. In the meantime, The Crown season 5 we started watching on Netflix. It's debuted among Netflix's top 10, with 107 million hours viewed. This is not surprising, especially given the recent death of Queen Elizabeth II. Like, this is just kind of at the top of everybody. It's a popular show, and then this is all kind of, we're getting into more current events, things that, like, at least my generation remembers. And then, yeah, the Queen just passed away, so anyway, this has all worked out really well for The Crown.
Yeah.
Although this season is maybe the most controversial because of how recent these things are, how all these people are still alive, and so and how not necessarily
Diana.
entirely, well, yeah, obviously, but like Charles, William, Harry, how much so as have already been affected by, well, anyway, it's a little controversial, but so far it's still holding up well. Dominic West is now playing Charles, and Imelda Staunton has taken over as the Queen.
Yes, and
Yeah.
Olivia Debicki, whatever, from what's the show called?
I don't know.
The Christopher Nolan last movie. What's it called? Jeez, so good. Tenet, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, she's the girl in Tenet.
Oh, okay.
Just a quick note about Taylor Sheridan from Yellowstone, 1923, 1883. He was on the news this week because some people were criticizing him for doing shows for conservatives, for right wings, which is just stupid. You know, the show is good, and because the story is good, it's like conservatives cannot do a good story, cannot tell an intriguing story. It's just lame.
Yeah.
He dismissed the whole thing, saying like I make a good show if it's if conservatives like it, it's like they have good taste. Anyways.
Yeah, if it's good, it's good. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. We talked about it last week. It was super entertaining and a fun movie. It's looking like they're pulling $175 million for their opening weekend.
Yeah, it's the second best Marvel Disney MCU box office of the year. It's trailing behind Doctor Strange, but it's the movie is good. I would say it's good.
Yeah,
but it's not like awesome that would bring people back to the theaters. So
maybe not for a second time, but I think it's going to do a lot better than Doctor Strange.
I don't know.
In the long term.
I don't know.
I think
that's the thing. As Doctor Strange and several other Marvel properties lately, it might get a drop from first to second week. So we'll see.
We'll see. But it's also not going up against anything like Top Gun or Jurassic World or anything like that. So time will tell. Marvel movies tend to have really good opening weekends. And so it's not necessarily a good indicator of how popular the movie is.
And it was expected that.
But I do think this will do better.
It's expected that Black Panther wouldn't do as good as Doctor Strange and Spider-Man and all that. And
Really?
yeah, there was actually a big scare at Disney that they wouldn't do well at all, even in the first weekend.
Huh.
But it did. So yeah, but we'll see next couple weeks.
Yeah.
What happens?
Okay. In the meantime, layoffs are happening like crazy across the industry. Roku has laid off 5% of its U.S. staff. Amazon has started layoffs across Alexa departments, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, and 10,000 people will be laid off of Amazon, including those Alexa departments. So it's a big layoffs, big cuts, because of the economy, and also because post-election midterms, like now they can do without doing indications that would affect the people that support their candidates, etc., etc. But yeah,
even Disney's not immune. They've announced a hiring freeze and job cuts to make Disney Plus more profitable.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, maybe part of this is that Andor is not getting the kind of viewership or ratings that they had hoped for. And we were just talking about this. This is weird because I feel like the people who do watch it really love it. But I guess there just aren't enough people watching it, or not enough people who stuck through the slower pace of the first few episodes.
Yeah, but it's also complicated. Even though it's not a terrible show, there's a problem that it might not. And the director creator mentioned that way before the show was out, that he would work hard to not do a fun service to the show, which for me is the most stupid thing someone that's trying to sell something would say. And by sell, I'm not only talking about the money, but making something for someone. It's like, I'm making this for you, but it's not for you. So when they go against fan service, it sounds like that. But
Yeah.
there's some really good stuff in the show, but it doesn't pay service to the fans. There's Star Wars elements that would usually kept a lot of fans historically since the first one. They not all there. Some are barely there.
You mean like blasters, lightsabers, space battles?
A lot of the main elements of Star Trek, the Force, the mythology. This is very human story about war, about struggling to dictatorships. Anyways, so there's some problematic on, you lose some of the Star Wars fans. They're going for Star Wars stuff, but at the same time, you lose fans of good stuff that will not go there because it's Star Wars, and you create this limbo that is reflecting on the numbers, even though it's not a bad show.
No, and I really love it. I love the way it's truly expanding the Star Wars universe and showing sides of the Star Wars universe we've never seen before.
And that's
the
the problem.
Cool storytelling.
That's the problem.
It's good. I think it's good.
A lot of fans are not used to, and so it's losing on both fronts. But and it does have problems in the beginning, the timing, the pace, but because of that, because of a poor viewership, Disney is planning on release now for the holidays to try to bring people to watch for free, and maybe convince them to come to watch on their platforms. They're releasing 2 episodes on ABC, broadcast channel, FX, one of the cable channels, Hulu, and Freeform. So they throwing that to tease people, entice people to convince to watch, which is
That's not a bad idea.
Which is but it's like they released 3 episodes for
That's
for the
true. It was
prize.
a 3-episode premiere.
I don't know why they're only gonna do 2.
Yeah.
But yeah. Either way, it sounds like the show is gonna have a second season. Last episode was. I had some of the action that Star Wars fans, and then we were talking the other day about how having Andor is probably one of the things that not really necessary. They could do that with any other character, new character, but again, it's investing on reboots, remakes, sequels, prequels. So if you put a known character there, you might, it's Andor, we love Andor, but it wasn't really necessary because they have so many other cool, interesting characters. That guy, what's his bucket? The old man, you remember his name?
Luthen?
Yeah.
Skarsgård's
That
character?
guy's so cool.
Yeah.
He's in all aspects. Politician, strategy, war, and dealing with
espionage and
fighting, escaping the empire.
Yeah.
Brave, smart. Yeah. So as other characters. Yeah, my point back when I was saying you to expand, you don't need to go close to the core, even though Rogue One is not core, but we went close to the Rogue One core. But I don't know. It's old Hollywood will never change to make sure that they will bring people to have a less risky investment.
Sure.
They will always put someone there.
Yeah.
Well,
speaking of not wanting to make investments, Margot Robbie had been cast as part of a female-led Pirates of the Caribbean, but that's been canceled. So I guess as part of this whole scaling back, hiring freezes, firing people, trying to get better ratings, Pirates of the Caribbean with Margot Robbie is out.
Too bad. I don't stop caring about pirates.
Yeah, it's been a while since they made a good one.
It would be. I don't know. I wish we could see her.
Yeah. Well.
But anyways.
But not everything at Disney is sad right now because they have confirmed that A Princess Diaries 3 is coming. And this is delightful and thrilling. And I really hope that we have both Anne Hathaway and Julie Andrews. I can only think Judy Garland, which is horrible.
Yeah.
Julie Andrews and I have the same birthday. We're practically besties.
What?
Yeah.
She's only 30? What?
Anyways, so not everything is doom and gloom. Princess Diaries 3 is coming and I am thrilled. Okay.
We didn't see Enchanted 2 yet. I didn't see Hocus Pocus 2. I don't know if you've seen. I didn't care much about the first one. And so, anyways, Enchanted, I did see the first one, and I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was
so
really
good.
Fun. The what I heard from people that saw Hocus Pocus 2, I was like, eh. So Enchanted looked interesting, and let's hope they try to make something interesting out of the Princess of Genovia.
Yeah, both 1 and 2 were fantastic. Stellar films, both of them. Especially because 2 brings us Chris Pine, John Rhys Davies. Anyway. Yeah. We have every reason to have high hopes from this one.
Anyways, talking about Enchanted and Amy Adams.
Oh.
She was on the premiere for the movie, and she said that she would love to be Lois again.
Okay.
Yeah. She said other things too.
Good.
But
I'm sure she did.
Yeah.
Good, that's promising. Alright. So also with the whole drama and firings and all the rest, Elon Musk has given an ultimatum to Twitter employees that they have to commit to extremely hardcore work or they need to leave. Frankly, at this point, I don't blame them for leaving at all. I would not
leaving,
want my livelihood to depend on.
But leaving. I mean, it's capitalism as usual. He invested a lot. He wants profit. He wants money back.
Mm-hmm.
And for what we know, these guys were having fun and not being productive. So he wants productivity. But even the ones that choose to leave, it's not the end of the world. They're gonna have 3 months, 3 months pay, severance.
Oh, nice.
According to the law.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, life goes on for both sides.
Yeah. Yeah. So much. At this point, I just feel like sitting back with popcorn and watching what's happening because it's a wild ride. All right, let's go over to DC for a minute. David Zaslav has promised a unified future for DC. I don't know if it's going to be like MCU level unified, but he said specifically there will not be 4 Batmans.
Yeah, so people cogitating that they will hold on or hold back on the multiverse. Because even Marvel they do have 3 Spider-Men at least.
It's true, and they are getting really into the whole multiverse thing. Yeah. Like that's their next.
And DC
big
always
arc.
was pioneer on that. I mean, on everything, but especially including the whole multiverse thing. But we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, people know that the Batman he loves is Ben Affleck, so it gives hopes for Ben Affleck features. Even though it's clear that Robert Pattinson Batman is not part of the DC universe, like the Joker. So they will not try to mix that together. So there will be the DC universe, and there will be the three-shot Batman. Let's say a trilogy for Batman, and maybe a trilogy for the Joker.
Yeah.
Like in the past.
Okay. Cool. I am down with it as long as they keep making good movies. We did lose a beloved Batman this past week. Kevin Conroy, who was like the voice of Batman, passed away. He'd been ill for a long time, but he was only 66. So that was sad.
Yeah, the voice of animations, Batman, the animated adventure that then ran for a good long time, and then came Superman Adventures, and then Justice League, and Justice League Unlimited, and then the following animations, including feature length animations.
Yeah.
Batman and the Mask of the Phantom. He also voiced all the DC animations, feature animations, and video games.
Yeah.
So very prolific, and it was the voice. It was the standard. He created the standard, and
When I read Batman comics, which admittedly isn't that often, but when I do read the comics, it's Kevin Conroy's voice that's in my head. So he will be missed. His work is tremendously appreciated by many people, and
even had a chance to be Batman on live action on.
That's right.
Crappy show, Batwoman. If anything, the show gave us.
They did give us that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a nice touch. All right, let's move on. Fast X is coming, but they've got a bananas bonkers budget.
Yeah, it's up to $340 million at this point.
Yeah.
It might.
It's a lot of dollars. I'm hoping it's because they're wrecking lots and lots of cars.
If they keep stepping
and lots
on
and
the
lots
NOS.
of like practical effects.
Yeah. What's funny? NOS.
Yeah, he said that. That just cracks me up every time.
Why?
It's such a funny word.
NOS.
And it was so hysterical in the first one. He's like, yeah, I gotta have that NOS, man. I want NOS for my car. You got the NOS?
What was it? Was it The Office? That's some stupid TV show. Not stupid. Some funny TV show that someone... maybe it was The Office. Maybe it was Dwight and Jim going somewhere, and there's like, does this guy have NOS? Step on the NOS.
Oh my gosh! It sounds dumb. Okay, it sounds dumb, and it made me laugh a lot in the first one.
Anyways,
Anyway, they have stepped on the NOS budget wise.
When Diesel comes with his band of merry drivers, and this time Jason Momoa will join them.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be fun. So fun. Okay, what's not well? Okay, Brendan Fraser is back in the news. He has said so. He turned out this incredible performance. We haven't seen The Whale yet, but this critically acclaimed performance in a film called The Whale. He got a massive standing ovation, and some like respect and all the appreciation from the profession that he hasn't had in a long time. And that was great. So, of course, it's getting nominated for awards. And he said that he's not going to attend the Golden Globes if he gets nominated because of what happened because of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, basically.
Yeah, there was some sexual
assault. He was assaulted by the president.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
By the president of the
and
HFPA.
He said, very classy man. He said, "I'm not going because my mother did not raise a hypocrite."
Mm-hmm.
So.
And they haven't so much as apologized.
Yeah.
So he came forward, and that kind of killed his career for a long time. And
we know Hollywood is that messed up.
Yeah.
So they will only apologize if they do. Mm-hmm. If it comes to, if the pressure is big enough, which most likely will not be.
Yeah, it is literally the very least they could do, short of doing nothing. I will bet I will stay on nothing. But about Academy and those messes, that was the trailer I wanted to see. Oh,
Will Smith, it's coming out with a new movie.
Okay.
I can't remember the name. Oh crap. But it looks terrific, and there's already Oscar buzz around it, and we'll see.
Okay, we shall indeed. All right, more Hollywood mess. Alec Baldwin is now accusing the crew, on the set of Rust. He's accusing the crew of negligence.
Yeah, he shot and killed the woman, but he's blamed someone else.
I mean, to be fair, it's entirely possible that a negligent crew member handed him a gun with a live round, and that's what he shot. But
but even in that case, it's shared guilt. It's not that he's completely innocent.
Yeah, it's either way. It's a really ugly situation, and it just seems to be getting worse. Also, speaking of things getting worse and not good, Jay Leno was hospitalized with pretty serious burns.
Yeah, Jay Leno, comedian, host of the Tonight Show, has a car show too, and he's
an avid collector of antique cars.
And he was working on one of his cars. He was under the car when the car catch on fire, so he burned himself.
Yeah.
End up in the hospital. He's still in the hospital, going to surgery. Third degree, second degrees, and third degrees burned. He's alive, but he's gonna take a lot to recover.
Oh, so sad. Cause he just seems like a nice guy. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I saw him when I was in LA.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I first got in LA, I think it was my first day there.
Wow.
I was living in the hills, Cahuenga Hills, so I decided to, you know what? I'm gonna explore this. So I walked down the hill in front of Warner Brothers Studios, and then I turned around to NBC Universal, and then I was at a light, and I saw this fancy old cool car coming.
Oh, yeah.
And this guy with white hair driving, coming this way. It's like one without the, what they call it?
A convertible?
Yeah, a convertible. And it was like, maybe it's Jay Leno. And to my surprise, when the car came close to the light, it was Jay Leno.
That's so cool.
And I only found out later that that was exactly where he used to shoot the Tonight Show. Back then was in Burbank. So he finished shooting and he was on the way home.
That's so cool. Yeah. Oh, look at you.
I didn't have the chance to see it. I think it was the last season of the Tonight Show. And yeah, I didn't have the chance. I did get tickets to see Craig Ferguson, who also is not. He retired from talk shows. Anyways,
cool. That's so cool. Well, I hope he's gonna be okay. Taylor Swift is doing so well. It's coming back to bite her in the butt. Sales for her newest tour got messed up by Ticketmaster because there's really high demand and insufficient inventory, and I guess it's just a mess now.
It's
I don't
it's
know.
a whole mess. People trying to buy, but the systems are crashing, and anyways, yeah.
Yeah, people were waiting. They were doing one of those things where you like wait in line on, but online, and so I've seen all kinds of stories of like people getting their professor to like hold onto their computer and stay in line for them while they go take a test, and
Really?
yeah, it's a big
wow.
deal. People are really, she's doing very well.
Huh.
I haven't listened to her new album yet, but it must be great.
Apparently, everybody else is because she's
Yeah.
like 10 top.
Yeah,
of the 10
all
top.
10 of the top Billboard's top 10, and now like blowing up Ticketmaster. I'm very happy for her. Okay, oh gosh, I didn't realize we had that much. Okay, couple sad items. The man who inspired the Steven Spielberg Tom Hanks film The Terminal actually passed away.
At the airport in Paris.
Was he really at the airport?
I didn't put that there.
No. Oh yeah, no, you did.
Yeah, shots to go.
Oh wow, I didn't realize he was there.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
The irony. I mean,
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. So, I guess best wishes for him and his family and everybody
Safe travels
else. Oh,
to the next life.
Yeah.
That
was
you not
good.
get stuck in a between.
Seriously. Oh my gosh, that poor guy. I haven't seen the movie, but
You never seen that movie?
I never saw the movie, and I do not have a
my
single good reason
gosh.
why.
That movie is so good. Tom Hanks destroys it.
Of course he does.
And you're gonna have to find
Yeah.
that movie.
Okay. And then for fans of Grey's Anatomy, Ellen Pompeo is leaving. That's right. The Grey of Grey's Anatomy is leaving the show.
I mean, I'm surprised she's to go out. So. Oh. Okay.
But she says she'll be back to
yeah,
visit.
Of course she will.
So.
Yeah, she's gonna be on the last 2 episodes of this season, and then she'll be gone.
Mm-hmm.
If but gone, but not forgotten, and I don't know, she's not gonna die, or maybe she will.
Yeah.
I don't know. She could visit as a ghost. No,
She could.
McDreamy
Flashbacks.
came back, right?
Maybe, I don't know. I stopped watching the show a very long time
never
ago.
actually watched it. I just hear from friends.
Yeah.
I had this friend in Brazil. Man, a guy that started watching it and fell in love, and it's like, you should watch it. I was like, heck no.
It's really compelling. It's really compelling, and then you take a break and you walk away from it, and you're like, wait, that was terrible.
Yeah, no.
It's like glorified soap opera, but anyway.
I can't point out if he started watching because he got a girlfriend and the girlfriend was watching. But either way, I was like, heck no. I watch House. I'm not gonna watch Grey's Anatomy. Different channel. Or maybe it was the same. No, it was a different channel. But yeah, no. House was Sherlock Holmes. House was
House was
it was fun. Anyways.
Yeah. So yeah, that happened. Oh, you know who else died? It was kind of a big deal this week.
Who died?
John Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston's
father.
Yeah.
And who was a prolific, I think he was in a soap opera. I don't remember which one.
Wasn't he a director?
Days of Our Lives? He might have been a director, but he was an actor too.
Okay.
And was on that show for a long time. So yeah. Okay, Lionsgate has acquired Streets of Rage movie adaptation.
Yeah, classic Sega Genesis video game where, guys will save the day and fight the gangs.
Yeah.
Pretty fun.
Okay, so it's not a car thing.
No, Streets of Rage, but it's like
it's like the streets.
It's you go fighting bad guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, they've got the writer Derek Kolstad is from John Wick, so
yeah, we'll see.
That's promising for them. What's this about Chris Rock doing a live performance on Netflix?
Oh, he's gonna be the first ever to do a live performance on Netflix.
Okay.
And
Interesting.
It's gonna be on Netflix.
Yep.
And it's gonna be live.
Yeah.
I can't remember the dates.
Yeah, that's all we got. But I'm sure Netflix will make a big deal about it.
But it's not today, it wasn't tomorrow. It might be next week.
Yeah.
Check out on your listings. I mean, it's Netflix, so check out on Netflix.
Yeah. Cool. That'll be interesting. It's gonna be a whole new thing. Joseph Quinn from Stranger Things is joining the Quiet Place spin-off series.
Yeah, was it Letitia Wright? No, that's not Letitia Wright. Lupita Nyong'o.
I think it's Lupita Nyong'o.
Lupita Nyong'o, and now Anthony Quinn.
Joseph Quinn.
Joseph Quinn.
Yep.
That was what's his bucket?
I was just trying to think of that.
Eddie.
I can't remember.
Eddie. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Eddie Munson. Yeah. So
Oh, right on.
Good for him.
Yeah. Okay. And then Spider-Man universe shows are going to Prime Video.
Yes,
and MGM Plus.
And MGM Plus.
Yeah.
MGM Plus?
You wrote a plus there.
What the heck is an MGM Plus?
I have no idea, but it'll be on
MGM
Prime
Plus?
Video.
Is that a streaming service? MGM Plus?
I don't
Anyways.
know. I'm just reading the script, man.
Sony Marvel is producing a series of Spider-Man new shows. The first one will be Silk, Web of Criminals, Web of Spies, something like that.
Okay.
As an Asian Spider-Gwen type of character. And that one's going to go to Prime Video.
Okay.
MGM Plus. I have to check my notes.
Which is totally a thing that we definitely know about.
MGM Plus. Maybe it's a new one.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. Steven Spielberg is working on a movie that's going to star Bradley Cooper. And Steve McQueen is somehow involved?
Yeah, it's based on a classic Steve McQueen character, Bullet. Frank Bullet is a, if you old time, you probably heard of Bullet. And this one is a long time coming. Spielberg announced, or was rumored a long time that I was going to do a Steve McQueen, going to do Bullet, they're going to do Bullet.
Okay.
They pick Bradley Cooper to be Bullet. So,
all right.
Yeah. It's a not that he's not talented, not that he had plenty of opportunities now to work with Spielberg on this known great character.
Yeah.
It definitely gonna
it's a
be
couple of icons
to
take on. Wow. All right. Last
quick
but not
note about
least.
Spielberg. I can't remember his name. Jeez, the Chinese kid on Indiana Jones.
Oh, yeah. It's gone. Juan.
No, I'm trying to name of the character. I can't remember.
Oh, Short Round.
Short Round.
Yeah.
I wouldn't remember
that's
his name, but he was on the news this week saying that since he worked with Spielberg on in the Temple of Doom, Spielberg always watched over him, and among other things, it was his first job. Among other things, every Christmas, he would send him a Christmas gift.
It's so sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a relief to hear like wholesome, healthy, happy news coming out of
Oh yeah, especially
Hollywood.
considering that he was a kid,
Yeah.
on the wrong hands, and in Hollywood there's plenty.
There are
of
a
that.
lot of wrong hands.
He would be disgraced, destroyed for life. Luckily, he worked with a good person.
Yeah. Okay. Last but not least, we got a little archaeology news. It's very exciting. 24 2,000-year-old bronze statues just sort of emerged from an Italian spa.
Italian, so it's like White Lotus.
Oh, yeah, I think that was the soundtrack, yes, as the statues emerged. And what's really cool about these statues is they're from a time when the Roman Empire was sort of overtaking / at war with / kind of wiping out the Etruscan civilization. But these statues bear elements of both Etruscan and Roman stuff. And anyway, it's just this cool little moment where, like, even though Romans and Etruscans were at war, they were both using this spa, these springs for like healing. Anyway, there's a great TikTok video about it from Swamp Ghoul is her handle. She just got her master's degree in archaeology and knows all about. Anyway, go check it out because it's just very cool.
Wait, so what's the deal? So they are bodies?
No, they're statues.
But they made the statues.
But the statues
both?
indicate, that there was maybe some, like, a moment of cooperation. So the spa was a place that people go to for healing. It's supposed to have healing properties. And it showed that both Romans and Etruscans were visiting this, even though their societies were at war.
Okay.
So it's like this moment of humanity and peace and unity in the middle of
the war.
Well, who had the big empire?
I mean, because that's all the thing that could happen. Because the Romans, they would conquer a great part of the known world back then.
Yeah.
But they would allow the conquered parts to keep some of their language, their culture, So wasn't that the case?
I don't. Well, my understanding again. Go to Swamp Ghoul because she explains it so much better than I am. But no. And the Romans did eventually sort of overtake and sort of absorbed the Etruscans.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. When they win, they would allow, like they did in Galilee, like they did in other parts of the world. They would allow them to keep some of their identity, and
sure, but a lot of stuff was heavily influenced and wiped out or sort of it wasn't like you do your thing and we'll do our thing. Like
yeah, because
they left a mark.
Because the Christians, even the religions, like hey. They did like Leonardo DiCaprio. It's like, yeah, that's a good idea. They're like, let's revamp and anyways, more of
that's a whole other discussion.
More of history. You can go on a new podcast. Alex tells stories.
In a totally accurate and reliable way.
Yes, scoliosis. The origin of the word scoliosis is because kids would go to school and they would sit improperly and it would cause them back problems. Scoliosis. You're welcome, internet. But that's what else you have for this week? That's
it. Check your sources, kids, because not everything you hear online is accurate.
But a lot is. Anyways, that's it for this week. We come back next week to talk more about pop culture news, history, facts, the reality that you cannot find in reality TV. May the force be with you.
Live long and prosper.
Bye.
Bye.